welcome to Profit Weekly. So this is a show that's for investors, by investors. We're Proffit Development. We take on the impossible, and we love to have a challenge and share it with our other investors, like-minded. So our investor show, investing made easy and fun and right with the right talent. So we have a little video from yesterday. Yesterday was November 2nd. We were on Gore Canyon, one of the hairy Class 5 runs here in Colorado called hair boating. So some of the hair boating here in Colorado, there's snow on the ground, it's cold. Most people would never even dare risk this on a sunny, beautiful, warm day. But we have a half dozen or so kayakers paddling it in the middle of winter conditions. So it'll give you an idea of how your team should be. They should be capable and able, not afraid of taking on a challenge. So take a look at this video. So when you're doing anything, it's great to hook up with unbelievably awesome people. I'm here at Gore Canyon, November 2, and boaters drove from 5-6 hours to paddle Class 5. Some of the best around. Here we go. Ryan Banks coming in.
It's all about surrounding yourself with people that are an absolute riot.
And these guys definitely are. So if you're out there and you're wondering, bored or don't have something to do, are you kidding me? There's plenty of awesomeness to be had. Abundance juice out there.
Nice. Decision off. Sweet. He's going right. Alright, we go from Boulder. Nice roll.
So these guys make it look easy, right? All but the one guy, he gets flipped over and has to pull a roll in horribly cold water and tons of white froth and storm water, we call it. And it's scary because the edges are jagged. They blasted to get the railroad through there, so all the rocks are knife-like, razor-like. And this rapid's killed numerous people over the years. It is a dangerous rapid. And here these guys are out there doing it. We're out there doing it in the middle of winter conditions. So we love to take on a challenge. We're not afraid of anything. We take on some of the impossible renovations and construction jobs that most other people won't do because we love a challenge. Just to give you an example here, this week's story is about 1419 West Nevada. So kayakers, extreme conditions, make it look easy. Most would never even dare. That's just like us as a company. Most people would never even dare to take on certain types of subdivisions, certain types of land development, developing in the Philippines, building here in Aspen, building in Gypsum, building in Vail, building in Breckenridge, doing subdivision in Lakewood in a flood zone. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't dare, but that is the kind of vision that makes it profitable. And it's our kind of talent and skill sets with the team we have that has made all of it very, very rewarding. But this week's story, 1419 West Nevada, first we split 3 lots into 2 parcels. Now, what we had to do, how we came about this property, is a gentleman came to me and he said, I can't get rid of this property. I heard you do the impossible. Would you take a look at it? And so I took a look at it, and what had happened is this private money lender had funded an investor to go ahead and remodel and then sell, fix and flip, a property in Denver. What happened was he ended up gutting the place, taking the money for the renovations, and burning the place down partially. So it had a bad foundation, and everybody was saying it had to be a scrape. Now, a scrape is when you cut it right off the lot and then build new construction. The problem was, in that specific area, in that little market niche right there, that marketplace could only support up to about $165,000 for a home. That's all you could flip it for. That's about the high end. at that time. This is about 2 years ago. So 165,000, about 1,300 to 1,400 square feet. New construction costs $100 a foot. If you add that up, that's 140,000. That's just for the construction. Then you have to pay for the land. So it didn't make any sense to do that. So what I proposed, I said, we'll do our magic, and we will jack up the house. We took pump jacks from every Pep Boys around Denver. We pump jacked the house to do it cheap, and then we repoured the foundation while the house was on stilts, and then we dropped it right back down, renovated the property, the inside and out, and boom, we had a property for about $60,000, and then $60,000 that he was owed for about $120 all in, and sold it for $165. Now, what we did to make real profitability and make those margins work, we took that 3 lots that it was sitting on, and we turned it into 2 parcels, or what's called a tandem duplex lot. So we had parcel A, the existing home that we sold for $165, and then we had parcel B, which was $1,419. I went to the assessor, got a physical address, submitted, and had it approved, and then boom, I had a physical address for it, so it was a separate lot. Now, it wasn't good though to build yet, right? Even though we're a general contractor and investor, we've been in the business forever, and we have incredible crews and incredible vision on how to cut costs. Still, at that $100 a foot, if that's what we were paying, we're not, by the way. You'll see some of our budgets one day, but we pay, 70, let's say. Okay, it's right around $70 a square foot in Denver for this type of product. It's $4.17 a square foot in friggin' Philippines for a little bit better of a product. Pretty mind-boggling, right? Had to share that. Sorry to go off on a tangent. So we're building, let's just say it's 100 a foot though, because 100 a foot, you need to pay supervision, all those costs. If you were an investor coming into this business and you're like, hey, I want to build in Denver, you want to budget for $80 to $100 a square foot. So $100 a square foot, $1,400 square feet is about the minimum you want to go. You want to get 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in to make it appealing and to fit the market niche, for entry-level housing, to make it utilitarian, functional, and then a 2-car garage. So you're building for, 100 times 1,400, that's 140,000, plus a garage, 10 to 20,000. So you're in about 150,000. Now, if the market will only bear up to 165,000, didn't make any sense. So what we had to do is we built in the right market conditions. We waited for it to go from 165 and that trend to start trending up. About a year later, we were at 200,000 for the Denver marketplace. So once it had absorbed the inventory, and then boom, it started to trend up, and we saw that market rise so we could get a good margin. Well, boom, we started building, right? So we rode that right up. We designed, according to the trend, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Highest, best use, give it the absolute minimums. When I say minimums, I mean cost. So the minimum cost for the maximum product in that trend, right? Which was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car garage. So that's what we did. Highest, best use, that's what it was. And then a sample of the budget we'll show you here so you get an idea of what we build for and why, and the vision that we see. So here it is. Here's the budget. Okay, so here was the working budget. $18,000, that's for your permits, engineering, taps, and everything else. Your demo you didn't have. Concrete and excavation, $2,400 to dig out for the footers and the stem walls. The concrete to finish everything, the footers and the stem walls, and then of course the slab in the garage. Framing, everything from all the way from the plate all the way to the roof, prefab trusses. Exterior trim and finish. Your roofing, we did cedar 30-year comp. Exterior doors, your windows, okay, your sidings including an exterior trim. Your rough plumbing, we had to run a line. Rough electrical, we had to do a new panel. Insulation, we had to do the crawl space, of course, the walls and the attic. Sheetrock, tape, texture, corner, finish, everything. Prep for paint, $5,800. Finished carpentry, $1,200. That's just an addition in there, any extra trim that we need. Anything you need to do to frame out the windows, set the cabinets, get it ready for countertops, etc. Interior paint. The interior paint actually included the exterior paint as well. Interior doors, we got a deal on that, of course, because we do it all in-house. Interior doors, you tile walls and floor. Both the master bath and the common bath, we did tile in. A lot of people don't in the entry-level houses, but we like to be a little higher end. Our cabinets and vanities, nice sunset maple. Our countertops are actually solid granite and have undermount cabinets or undermount sinks, which is really rare, especially in this price point. Base case, electrical finish, all recessed cans. Plumbing finish, your appliances, all stainless. A hardware, wood flooring, carpet, landscaping, final touches, clean, miscellaneous, and staging. So we did it all with a $5,000 supervision budget, a $5,000 overhead budget, and a $5,000 contingency for $110,000. We're getting grooving here. Siding's on. Let's go around the sides here. Siding's good. Just needs to be fastened. Finished off the fascia. It's all looking good. Gas line we have to move. This all looks good, just needs to be cleaned up. Now, as you were seeing the renovation of the project, you see an entry-level home. Now imagine being across all sorts of different types of markets, from entry-level housing to a $26 million house in Aspen, to a resort in the Philippines that has 100-fold margins, to, when I say 100-fold margins, what I mean is you invest $250,000 and you get out $25 million in 10 years. That's a 100-fold margin. And then you have the Aspen properties, mansions, that you get 2 times margin, so you double your money. In Denver, where you get your solid 30%, 25, 30% consistently, we call these our bread and butter type investments. Subdivisions, you can 3-4 times your money on land deals, land development. So we've done a lot of land development, and there's just such a diverse range of investments out there with real estate. And the best thing is it's real estate. It's a hard asset. They're not making any more of it. So I hope you have enjoyed this weekly time with me. I know I've enjoyed it with you, and I hope to see you next week. Same time, same place with Proffit Weekly.